Any weapon you ever imagine, someone somewhere has most likely tried to weaponize it. Humans have been trying to kill each other for our entire existence as a species. Because of this, we developed a lot of clever and unusual ways to accomplish that goal. In this video, we are going to look at 10 of the weirdest military weapons ever created. Number 1. Robot Dog. While dogs are routinely used in war for tasks like bomb sniffing, the military has also taken inspiration from Fido to build robotic dogs. They called it the Big Dog and was built by the company Boston Dynamics. The large, rough terrain robot goes slowly up rocky terrain while carrying heavy loads and is currently being tested in Afghanistan. This beast sounds like a swarm of bees, and its menacing gait makes it look more like a show poodle than a truly large dog, so it's probably not all that stealthy or fast. But the goal of the 240-pound beast isn't to be quiet or quick. It's to carry about 100 pounds so troops don't have to shoulder their own loads. Number 2. Blinding Rifle. This weapon can't kill you, but it will blind you with its laser beam. The PHASR, or Personal Halting and Stimulation Response Rifle, is essentially the equivalent of a gazillion laser pointers aimed at the eyes, made to lead to only temporary blindness. The goal is to blind criminals or others who mean harm for long enough that they can be taken in. This weapon can't be used though because the United Nations banned blinding weapons in 1995. Number 3. Pulsed Energy Projectile. The Pulsed Energy Projectile is yet another non-lethal weapon under development by the US military. The goal is to fire a laser at people to create a little pocket of exploding plasma in the air around them. This will hypothetically create a pressure wave to knock out the person and produce painful nerve sensations. Number 4. Pigeon-Projected Missiles. A project called Project Pigeon was an effort to create a pigeon-guided bomb. The birds were trained using B.F. Skinner's operant conditioning to hone in on a target shown on a screen and then peck at it when they discovered it. The program stopped in 1944 and then revived in 1948 under the name Project Orkhon. Eventually though, newer electric guidance systems proved to be more valuable, so it was no longer needed. Number 5. Bat Bombs. In World War II, the US Marine Corps had a wild idea using bats. It was to train bats to be the kamikaze bombers that the military didn't want humans to be. A Pennsylvania dentist first brought up this idea, inspired by the bat-infesting caves at Carlsbad Caverns in New Mexico. Load the bats with explosives and train the animals to use their echolocation to find targets was the plan to achieve this. While the military used thousands of free-tailed bats in experiments, officials eventually scrapped the plan when the atomic bomb seemed more promising. Number 6. Chicken Nuclear Weapons. During the height of the Cold War, the British devised a 8-ton nuclear weapon called the Blue Peacock, which was a massive nuclear mine to be placed in Germany, just in case the Soviets decided to invade from the east. But the ground gets really cold in the winter, making it hard for all the equipment in the mine to work. So one idea that came after finding this out was to heat the nuke with chickens, who would have been encased in a shell and given enough food, water, and oxygen to survive for a week. The heat generated by the chickens could keep the project warm enough to function. Ultimately, they didn't follow through with the plan because of the risk of nuclear fallout. Number 7. Soviet Attack Dolphins. This project, developed in the 1960s, aimed to train dolphins to search for submerged warheads or other items. The United States has its own dolphin training program, although the adorable marine mammals are not trained to carry weapons or kill people, because they'd have trouble distinguishing between enemies and friendly soldiers. Number 8. Big Babylon. Sometimes a weapon is outlandish not because of its design, but because of its size. In the 1960s, a British inventor came up with a scheme for a truly monstrous supergun. With a 512-foot long barrel, the gun was big enough to be seen from space. Though the plans never got off the ground in the 1960s, the inventor, Canadian Gerald Bull, eventually began working on its development for Saddam Hussein and made several prototypes. Ultimately, Bull's dream didn't come true because behemoth guns would have been impractical in true warfare, given how large and immovable they were. Number 9. Vortex Ring Gun. One non-lethal weapon that never got off the ground was the Vortex Ring Gun, a weapon that would project high-energy rings of air that could knock people out or spray them with donut-shaped rings of chemicals. And number 10. PUCKLE Gun. The PUCKLE gun was patented by lawyer James PUCKLE in 1718. The gun fired square instead of round bullets, which were supposed to inflict maximum pain and injury on victims. The PUCKLE gun, which could fire 9 bullets per minute, was the world's first machine gun. It was never picked up by the British military though, because its firing mechanism was too unreliable, ultimately making the PUCKLE gun unsuccessful.
Thank you for watching. If you like this video and want to see more videos like this, make sure you subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and leave a like.